What's up, everybody? This is Taylor from Sports Muscle Athletics. I'm here to give you my top 5 med ball exercises for rotational power and force production. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I have 2 additional bonus exercises for you. Let's get after it. When it comes to athletic movement, 2 things are happening simultaneously. We're weight shifting and we're rotating. That's it. So if you think about a gyroscope, it's actually tilting, weight shifting on its axis while rotating. So it's very important to be able to train this for your sport. So we work on rotational power and the transverse plane, and we can do that using the med ball. When it comes to being athletic, it's all about getting your body to move in a coordinated manner together. But before we can do that, we have to disassociate before we integrate. So if you think of the game of chess, before you can actually play chess and have a strategy and an offense or a defense and actually attack your opponent, you have to learn how the individual pieces move and work. It's kind of, your body's the same way. You have to figure out how your hips or your shoulders rotate before you can put it all together. So this first exercise does exactly that. It's called a hip toss to scoop separation. So what we're gonna do first, you're gonna have the med ball at your chest. You're gonna turn your hips, rotate, and then do a scoop toss. So again, we're disassociating those hips before we integrate the whole rotation together. It helps train that. Here, turn. My second exercise is the rotational slam to shot put. So the goal is really simple in sports. Produce force, change direction, absorb, and redirect force. This exercise is great for that. So we have a rotational slam where you're taking your body in one direction, producing force, and then you're redirecting that force immediately in another direction. My third exercise is the lateral chop to scoop toss. All athletic movement is done on the transverse plane. This exercise is great from learning how to rotate from the center out. All of your power comes from your power line in the center. So you need to rotate center out, which is proximal with distal, and this is great for training just that. So you're gonna be here, you're gonna chop. Again, deriving that force from the center of your body outward. All right, our fourth exercise is a box-seated pistol push-off to shot put. It's a really fancy word for saying we're gonna do something off one leg. So all the time in sport, we're changing directions, we're moving, we're jumping, we're cutting. That always happens off of one leg. So it's really important you're able to produce force and power off of a single leg while rotating. So we're gonna get our box, we're seated, one leg up, that's our pistol position. We're gonna drive off of this foot, rotate towards the wall. Again, being able to absorb that force, redirect it off a single leg while rotating. My fifth and final is the skater scoop toss. Again, when we're being athletic, we're absorbing and redirecting force, not always forward and backward. We're doing it diagonally, we're doing it laterally. So this exercise is great for learning how to jump laterally, absorb and redirect force. Thanks so much for sticking around. Here's my 2 additional bonus exercises. The first one, although not quite rotational, is called the hip hinge to chest pass. So it's very important when we're producing force, like I said before, from the center out. One of the fundamental ways to do that is to drive with your hips. This exercise really hammers that home. We're gonna get in the tall kneeling position. We're going to bend down with our hips and drive forward in a thrusting motion. Again, all that power coming from the center out. My second and final bonus exercise is the banded med ball ballistic rotations. So what we're doing here is we're adding accommodating resistance with the band. What that does is at the top of the movement, there is more tension on that band and it causes you to accelerate through that. And then you have an eccentric overload from all that stored energy. You have to absorb that force and redirect it. So when I'm rotating through, that band is very tight. I have to accelerate through that, and then it wants to pull me back eccentrically, and I have to absorb that force and then redirect it. Thanks for tuning in for my top 5 med ball exercises. If you guys have any that I didn't cover or you are struggling with med ball exercises, please make sure you leave that in the comments. Do all the things for me, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.